Staying on the grilling theme here, before you hit the barbecue this weekend, keep in mind there are a few health concerns to take into consideration. Dr.
Jacqueline Paykel is here, did not bring samples, but did bring some good advice for us this afternoon.
She didn't want to bring burned samples.
No.
That's no good.
What are the concerns about grilling food? Because it tastes great.
It does taste great, but if it's overcooked and charred, the meats, if they are overcooked or charred, then they can form compounds called heterocyclic amines that will can potentially damage DNA.
Okay, let's call those bad chemicals. How do we decrease, that risk or keep them from forming on your meat when you grill?
Get lean meat. First of all, pre-cook it if you can. Cut all the extra fat off. And anything that's charred after you're done grilling, remove that.
So you pre-cook it and then you throw it on the grill?
Right.
Just to give it a little extra grill taste?
Right. So microwave it or put it in the oven for a little while or boil it.
Is it those fatty flare-ups that are going to do most of this damage to the meat and then to us?
That's a very good question. There's a different type of chemical that's formed with those flare-ups, and so in the flame itself there are chemicals that can cause problems as well.
What about if you marinate the meat? Does that help at all?
Absolutely. So using red wine, teriyaki, even beer absolutely helps.
Does it prevents what, the chemicals from saturating the meat? Or
the
how
chemicals
does that work?
from forming.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about other things we want to put on the grill? Good old-fashioned hamburgers. How do we need to be careful there?
So if you add tomato products to your hamburgers, it increases the risk for HCAs to form. So you don't want to put in barbecue sauce or ketchup. Use herbs,
in the raw
onions.
meat.
Right.
You can put it on
afterwards
as you're making your sandwich.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So, but then you run the risk of undercooking the meat. Like, you don't want to go too far either way when you're grilling. It's a touchy thing.
Absolutely, especially if you're feeding children, elderly, etc., people that are at risk. So making certain that the grill is covered and on and covered for 15 minutes at least to equate the temperature across the board, then you're good.
And then I know a lot of people say, always use that food thermometer.
Well,
just so you know your food temperature.
Right, that it's done enough. Yes, absolutely.
How often would you have to eat a charred hamburger for this to build up in your body and become a problem? Because we have a short grilling window here in Wisconsin. I mean, is this something that if you have one or two burgers that are on the well-done side a year, you're doing yourself damage, or is it a recurring long-term problem?
I really think it's a recurring long thing that we need to be concerned about. Here in Wisconsin, I don't know if we have a problem. The FDA doesn't know if we have a problem, but we have seen that in animal models many times, that DNA, and we know that fried foods and burned foods increase your risk for various types of cancers. So
just be aware when you grill.
That's right.
All right,
Keep
Dr.
your burgers medium rare. Got a question for the experts? Send an email, asktheexpert@today'stmj4.com. You may also leave a voicemail, 967-5253.